Very good morning, students. In the previous class, we discussed about a graph related problems, which are important for both objectives, that is one we can say NEET examination, and as well as JEE mains and ANSET. So these graph related problems also very important. So let we'll see the next one in this motion in a straight line, the same chapter which we are continuing. So that is a verification of equation of motions. See, in case of a freely falling body. See, in the previous class I told you very clear about acceleration due to gravity also. Acceleration due to gravity is nothing but a small g. See, now we have to verify the equations of motions. Actually, we have 4 equations of motions. That is, the first one is we know V is equal to U plus AT. Second one, it is you say S is equal to UT plus half AT square. This is the second expression. Third, V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. And fourth, it is Sn is equal to Un plus A into n minus 1 by 2. These are the 4 equations of motion. Now we have to verify when body falling freely in this situation, then what will happen the equations of motion. And you remember, in case of a freely falling body, suppose the body falling freely, see, under a gravity, so that we can say A is equal to plus G because it is falling under a gravity. So we can take as A is equal to plus G. And when freely falling, for the freely falling bodies, we can take as U is equal to 0. Initial velocity here we can take as a 0. Therefore, the body falling with velocity is V. See, under a gravity, the body falling with a velocity is Z. And you remember, the body is actually coming from maximum height. You say, the height is, you say, it is S is equal to maximum height. At a maximum height final velocity becomes 0. These are the information we should remember here. See, when for a freely falling, when the body falling freely, so that for that freely falling U is equal to 0. So there it is, U is equal to 0, and it is acceleration due to gravity is equal to A is equal to plus G. And in the same way, the velocities actually the body falling with velocity is V. And here at a maximum height final velocity becomes 0. And coming to the body falling from which height, it is we can say S is equal to H, that is maximum height. So let us you take a first expression, that is V is equal to U plus AT is there. So in this equation, whatever the information is here given, then you substitute this information. For freely falling, U is equal to 0, and the body falling with velocity is V, and acceleration due to gravity is equal to plus G. So V is equal to 0 plus G into T. Therefore, V is equal to G T. This is the first expression in case of a freely falling body. In case of a freely falling body, it is the verification. It is a verification of first equation. And you go for a second expression. That is, the second expression is S is equal to UT plus half AT square. So in this, S is, you say maximum height, and it is falling freely, into T plus 1 by 2 A is G into T square. So that the expression will be H is equal to 1 by 2 G T square. So here it is the body falling from height is H is equal to 1 by 2 G T square. And in this again we can also find the time taken to reach. Time taken to reach the ground. Sir, how much time it takes? So 2h, you cross multiply, 2h is equal to gt square, and here t square is equal to 2h by g. Therefore, t is equal to root over 2h by g. So this is the time taken to reach the ground in case of a freely falling. Suppose the body falling freely from maximum height. So how much it is time takes? The time takes is t is equal to root over 2h by g for a freely falling body, right? And coming to the third expression, you take as v square minus u square is equal to 2as. In this, v square, here freely falling u0, you look at here u0, and the body falling with velocity is v. So that it is equal to 2 into g, because A is equal to under a gravity it is falling and it is coming from which height? H. So, here you write capital H. So, V square is equal to 2gh and V is equal to root over 2gh. The body falling with what velocity? Under a gravity it is falling with a velocity is how much? V is equal to root over 2gh. V is equal to, it is root over 2gh. And let us will go for the last expression, that is the fourth one. You say Sn is equal to un plus a into n minus 1 by 2. So, this relation related to nth second, I told you very clear, this expression related to nth second, this is the very important, and it is a t time second, t seconds, it is nth second distance of formula. So, that in this Sn is equal to 0 plus g into n minus 1 by 2, because u is given as the velocity is 0 freely falling. So, that Sn is equal to, you say, that is g into n minus 1 by 2. This is the distance fallen in the nth second will be like this. So, this is the verification in case of a freely falling body. For a freely falling body, therefore, there are 4 equations, that is V is equal to u plus at, S is equal to ut plus half at square, V square minus u square is equal to 2as, Sn is equal to un plus a into n minus 1 by 2. This is the verification in case of a freely falling body. This is the verification in case of a freely falling body. Right? You go through this. Okay. Okay. Now, let us, I will tell you on this basis, again in case of a freely falling only, I will tell you one problem. See, in case of a freely falling body, suppose there is a question, say find the ratio of distance travelled. It is the question, find the ratio of distance travelled by a freely falling body in a first second, you say second, third second, fourth second, and so on n seconds, right? See, the question will be, is asking the problem. This problem is like a given problem. See, it is a problem, example, find the ratio of, right, ratio of distance travelled of a freely falling body in, here you take first second, second, third second, and so on up to n seconds. So, is asking ratio. So, however it is falling freely. So, we know for freely falling that solution will be like this. This is the answer we can take like this. For freely falling, u is equal to 0 and it is falling under a gravity g. There is a relation S is equal to ut plus half at square, because he is asking distance travelled in n seconds, not nth second. Suppose if he is asking nth second, then you take Sn is equal to that equation we have to take, but he is asking only n second. No? So, in this situation here you take only S is equal to ut plus half at square. So, in this S is equal to, you say 0, 1 by 2 g t square. This is the expression. Let us use a times. So, suppose if I take a 1 second, the distance you take as a S1. You do not substitute a g value. We know the g value 9.8 or 10. Here it is not required, because here we are taking the ratio. For the ratio, what will happen? That g and 1 by 2 will be cancelled. So, I will show you. So, you take S1 is equal to 1 by 2, you take g as it is and time is given as, then S1 is equal to, you say g by 2, it is expression 1. See, for 1 second the distance is how much is travelled? G by 2, and you go for a second, that is t is equal to for 2 seconds and you take as S2. Therefore, S2 is equal to 1 by 2 g into, that is 2 square, right? S2 is equal to, it is 4g by 2. This is the expression for 2. See, you do not cancel 2 ones, 2 2s, because in the final we are taking the ratio. No? In that ratio, what will happen? That g by 2 2's will be cancelled. So, I will show you. Let us, you take a 3 seconds. Therefore, you take a S3 is the distance. So, that S3 is equal to 1 by 2 g into 3 whole square. So S3 is equal to 9 G by 2. Okay, this is the for third second it is, and you go for a fourth second, that is T is equal to 4 seconds you take, and then S4 you say, then S4 is equal to 1 by 2 G into, it is a T will be 4 whole square, right? Therefore, S4 is equal to, it is 16 G by 2. So like this we'll get, okay, because once look at here, for first second it is 1 into G by 2, for second 4 G by 2, third second it is 9 G by 2, and fourth second 16 G by 2. Suppose if I go for a fifth second, I'll give you 25 G by 2, and if I take a sixth second 36 G by 2, and so on it is. So is asking ratio, no? Therefore you take S1 is to, S2 is to, S3 is to, and so on is equal to, let us, what is S1 is there, that you say G by 2 is to, because ratio, no, and S2 is 4 G by 2, and it is S3 is 9 G by 2, and like a fourth second 16 G by 2, and so on. So in this look at it is ratio, no? Therefore G by 2, G by 2, G by 2, G by 2 is cancelled. Then it is 1 is to, 4 is to, 9 is to, 16 is to, 25 is to, 36 is to, and so on. This is in case of a freely falling body. See, for freely falling body, there is a times are given 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, and n second. For this situation, what is the ratio? It is a 1 is to, 4 is to, 9 is to, 16 is to, 25 is to, 36. This is the very, very important for freely falling bodies. So this is one example problem related to for freely falling body. Okay. Right. Suppose if another question, same for freely falling body only. Here the question will be same. Find the ratio of distance travelled of a freely falling body in successive seconds. See, successive seconds are nothing but that we can say first second, second second, third second, fourth second, up to nth second. We can say up to nth second here. So that the ratio of distance travelled of a freely falling body, in a successive seconds. That successive seconds are nothing but we can take like this. In a successive seconds, that you say first second, like second second, third second, fourth second, up to nth second we can say. This is related to nth seconds. So there is a nth second relation we have, Sn is equal to un plus g into n minus 1 by 2. So here again u is 0 because Sn is equal to g into n minus 1 by 2, because here you write for freely falling body. Let us now you take a times n is equal to, you say 1 second. For this situation S1, so that you get S1 is equal to g, you take as g 1 minus 1 by 2. You take an LCM here, S1 is equal to g into 2 minus 1 by 2. I think you know LCM 2 into 1 minus 1 by 2. So we may get S1 is equal to g by 2. This is equation 1. In case of which time, that is for first second. Let us go for a second, it is n2 is equal to second, right? So in this case S2 we have to get. So S2 is equal to g into 2 minus 1 by 2. So S2 is equal to g into LCM 4 minus 1 by 2. S2 is equal to 3g by 2. So this is the for second. Let us go for a next one, that is n is equal to n3 is equal to, you take 3 seconds and S3. See, after this now after calculation this, then we can conclude like this, 3 minus 1 by 2, right? S3 is equal to g into 9 minus 1 by 2. So S3 is equal to, it is I think it is 6, no? Okay, 5 g by 2. Look at, once you observe this all, here the first one actually 1 g by 2, second one 3 g by 2, third one 5 g by 2. Next one, what will happen next one? Here we are getting odd numbers, no? Suppose you take a 4. So here 4 you take, 4 into 2, 8 minus 1, 7 g by 2, like S5. After 7 we may get 9g by 2, S6 it is like 11g by 2 and so on it is. Therefore, is asking ratio, no? Then the ratio of distance travelled is S1 is to, S2 is to, S3 is to, S4 is to and so on is equal to. First one you take g by 2 is to, second one you go for second one, that is 3g by 2, and third you take 5g by 2, and fourth you take 7g by 2 and so on. So, g by 2 is cancelled, 1 is to, 3 is to, 5 is to, 7 is to, 9 is to and so on. So, this is the ratio of distance travelled in the successive seconds. For that problem it is, a one problem. So, find the ratio of distance travelled in the freely falling body in a successive seconds. That successive seconds are nothing but a first second, second second, third second, fourth. There is a small difference is there. It is a successive seconds is, that is nth second we can say. But the previous problem it is for n seconds. Previous problem is purely for n seconds. So, there is a small difference is there, so that you go through the like this. Okay. Right. So, on this basis for same successive seconds, there is a one question is there, that is water drops are falling freely in a regular interval of a time or in a successive time intervals. Suppose in the rainy season we can commonly we can observe that after a stop the rain, therefore drops are falls regularly from the ceiling or else from the tap. You take a tap, if a tap is closed, so then also some water drops are falls a regular interval of a time. So, that by using that we have to get a distance, like here I will tell you water drops are falling in a regular interval of a time. There is a one question, water drops or we can say raindrops. Okay, water drops or raindrops are falling. Okay, falling freely. Suppose you say you take a one tap, right? So, tap which is like this. See, when it is closed, so then also water drops are falls regularly from the tap. If any problem is there, therefore, from that we may we can observe like this, the water drops are falls regular interval of a time. So, the question will be like this, the tap is located at height is h, therefore, n water drops are falling in the successive time intervals. That is what successive time intervals. So, that when the first drop reaches the ground, when first drop is reaches the ground, therefore, nth drop is ready to fall. Nth drop is ready to fall. So, that the remaining water drops are to be adjusted between the nth and first drop. Try to understand, the water drops are falling from the ceiling or water drops are falling from the tap. So, that the water drops are fall in a regular interval of a time or we can say in a successive time interval. Therefore, when the first drop reaches the ground, then the nth drop is ready to fall. The tap or the ceiling is located at height is h. Tap or the ceiling is located at height is h. Then the nth drop is ready to fall. Therefore, the first drop reaches the ground. Then now here we have to get the distance between the successive drops. Distance between the successive drops. So, that here you say instead of taking nth drop, suppose you take a number, any number like 6th drop, fifth drop, like you say seventh drop, any number. Suppose now I am taking fifth drop is five drops are falling regular interval of a time. When the first drop reaches the ground, therefore fifth drop is ready to fall. Therefore remain drops are adjusted between the fifth and the first drop. So we don't know actually the distance between the drops. So you give number, it is the first drop, no? Then you say second. From the ground you take third drop and fourth and the fifth drop, because when first drop strikes the ground, then the fifth drop is ready to fall. Therefore, coming to the point is, actually we don't know the distance between the drops, but we know when the body falling freely in a regular interval of a time, there is a ratio is there, that is S1 is to S2 is to S3 is to, so on is equal to 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7 is to, and so on. So just now it is proved, right? So you take, instead of this first you say x, and you say 3x, you say 5x, you say 7x, and so on, because we don't know, no? So it is also same it is to the same formula. So that you take the distance between the fourth and fifth drop, you say x, and the next distance you take as the 3x, and the next you take as the 5x, and next is you take as the 7x. Like suppose if 6 drops are there, then you take a 9x, next drop is there, then you take a 11x, and it is to be so on. So that the total height of the tap will be h is equal to, because we don't know the distance between the successive drops. So you take the ratio, it is the ratio for the freely falling body. So that x plus 3x plus, you say 5x plus and 7x. So h is equal to, see, 7x, 5x, 3x and this x. So that you add this, so it is to be 16x will get. Suppose if he is asking the distance between the any two drops, so we should know the x value, then it is h by 16. If you know the x value, then we can find any drop distance. So there is some questions are there based on this. See, sometimes he may ask you find the distance between any two drops you take, between 2 and 4. Suppose he is asking between 2 and 4. So between 2 and 4th drop. So you take between 2 and 4 is 5x plus 3x. That is equal to what happens? 5x plus 3x. So it is equal to 8x. So the distance between like this. Suppose you go for the next question on this basis. Sometimes he may ask you find the height of the third drop from the ground. Height is asking height of the third drop from the ground, right? See, look at here, height of the third drop from the ground, no? See, 1, 2, 3. So it is 5x plus 7x. That you say 5x plus 7x. It is equal to it is 12x. Suppose if we know the x value, see, now I will give you the question like this. If the distance, see, this height of the tap is given as 25 meter from the ground. Suppose you take here h value as 25. So we will get the x value. After getting x, we can find any distance or the distance between the any drops. So this is the method related to find the water drops or raindrops are falling in a regular interval of a time from the tap or ceiling. So it is related to like successive seconds. The question related to successive seconds. Okay. This is the question. It is actually very important for both the NEET and as well as EAMCET point of view. Of course, it is there in the intermediate public examination also. There is one problem is there in our material. The question number I will tell you. That is the question number will be from our material. See, page number. This is the question. In our material is given page number 44 and the question number it is 6. Right, on this basis, same question, same in the question also given 5 drops only, and the this is the process related to that question, page number 44 and the question number 6, right. So this is the related to for freely falling body. Thank you very much.